I'm Olivia Otieno, streaming live spicefm.co.ke, giving you the chance to win 10,000 shillings this very morning. I got some shout outs. Umekasirika kwa nini? I'm just giving you good vibes. But I see you are locked. Lucy, Jose, Nyakwarkitai from Mahero Nyando, Kisumu County. Rita Ne, Anna Bed Governor. Susanna Wio and I, one day we're going to get into politics. Let me not lie to you. Also, Jimmy, Dance, you say, unaisikia uko ndani lakini hauna pesa hiyo ya kutuma SMS. Hakuna mtu anaweza kuwasambaza. Hiyo shilingi 10 tu. Utume SMS, it could be your lucky day. Please, at SpiceFMKE, keep sending your shout-outs. Send yourself salams, send your friends, send a greeting to a woman who uplifted, inspired, or motivated you this very day or sometime during the week. But I'm joined right now by 4 amazing women. Truly, this is the birthday gift of birthday gifts. Nina Shangavi.
Hi, from the Good Earth Group. Nyama Mama is one of the brands. Yao Blue Door as well. And
welcome, Nina. Dorothy.
Dorothy Uliech, Moches Models, founder of Moches Models.
Why are you looking so shy, Dorothy? Usually you're like a Grace Jones. You're like, Dorothy
warming up.
Nancy?
Hi, good morning. I'm Nancy Kitin, makeup artist.
Excellent. Winnie.
Good morning, everyone.
You are so late. I was like, you're not going to be here. I was going to be so mad. I would never have forgiven you.
We are here now. Winnie Gore from Winnie Gore Consultancy, communications expert.
So we are talking about how disproportionately affected women in businesses were when COVID hit. I mean, everybody was affected.
Yeah.
Everybody was. Men, women, young, old. But for some reason, women in business or women who are employed were disproportionately affected. But these 4 women are incredible because they are going to give you what you need to survive in COVID. 2019 was an easy year. 2020, things went helter-skelter. And we were like, no, we're not going to be able to survive. And now we're in 2021, and there seems to be some sort of silver lining. Am I not right, ladies?
Very true.
Things are looking up.
Ladies, I know, Dorothy, you're looking at me, you're saying no. The modeling industry was hard hit.
Yeah, it was hard.
It was hard.
Fashion industry,
Yes.
Yeah.
Nina, in hospitality?
it was destroyed.
Completely.
Totally destroyed.
Nancy used to work for Mac, right?
Definitely.
Do you still work for Mac?
Not anymore.
Winnie, your consultant, are you thinking about leaving that, maybe going into private business?
Well, I think actually things look like they're picking up right now. Yeah, so there's hope. And I think with the vaccine also coming in, a lot more businesses are now opening themselves up. So we can only be hopeful.
That and more as we get into 11 o'clock. You would have hooked me up with a stream on standardmedia.co.ke. I'm happy and proud to report we are now back, standardmedia.co.ke. Find us there because today we're tackling business matters. Hii mambo ya economy. There's no one lending us cash like Sirikali. No, there's no IMF. There's no World Bank. There's no even sponsor. Folks be broke. So what you need to do is organize yourself and get yourself situated so that you can manage your own affairs. And I'm not joking when I tell you I've got 10,000 shillings for you because tomorrow, officially, I am now on the 4th floor, cemented at 41 years of age. It's going to be a party. It's going to be crazy. And I want you to hook you up with 10,000 shillings. All you have to do is send an SMS with the word cash. That's CASH to 29599. Cash to 29599. The 41st SMS is almost right there. We're also looking for the 1041st SMS. Each one costs 10 shillings. If you don't have 10 bob credit, uliza mwenyewe akusambazie. Maybe you might be 10,000 shillings richer as a result of it. But right now, I'm joined by Nina Shangavi, Dorothy Oliech, Nancy Mriti, and Winnie Gore. We are talking about 2019 and how things were in their respective businesses. Nina, you are founder, co-director of the Good Earth Group, Nyama Mama, Blue Door, Pan Asian Yao, Mr. Yao. How was 2019?
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you for inviting us at Spice FM. 2019 was a year to really be remembered, especially when we were opening up new outlets like the Blue Door and Mr. Yao.
Huge. So, I mean, you must have employed like 200 people that year.
Yeah, we closed at 350 people employed before COVID.
Oh my goodness.
So,
my goodness, 250 people.
So 350 people.
So 2019 was a year of expansion. I remember there were lots of young people. They were energetic. They were excited. Some of them, this was their first job.
Yes. So
2019, Dorothy, how was it for you?
2019 was a beautiful
Into your mic, please, girl.
2019 was a beautiful year, I'll say that.
Yes.
And if you ask me, I'll say, take me back to 2019.
What was Mocha's Models up to in 2019?
We had a lot of fashion shows, a lot of activities. Models were busy.
Yes.
Yeah, and fashion IT was booming,
Yes.
because in the fashion industry, you have this big event every year. Like we have 4 big fashion shows
Yes,
happening.
yes.
And that was it. And the fashion was picking up. It was so beautiful.
Business was booming.
Yes, it was nice.
Nancy, I met you at the Mac store, I think at
Yes.
Junction. You did my makeup one day, and it was fantastic. I thought, wow, these guys are here. They're here to say they're expanding. How many Mac stores were there in 2019?
In 2019, actually, we had.
Into your mic.
2019, we had around 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how was it working there at the time for you?
Actually, 2019, I would say, was a fantastic year for me because that's when actually I was thinking into changing into a new car
Yes.
in 2019. And actually, most of the women had rediscovered themselves, and every woman wanted to feel pretty.
True.
Yeah, so it was a year that actually I would say, if anything, I would like to go back there.
What about you, Winigor? What was Winigo Consultancy up to in 2019?
Oh, 2019 was a beautiful year. We were busy. We worked with Nyama Mama. We did some stakeholder engagements for them, and we had so many clients. Everyone was, I think for us, that was like a recovery because we had come from 2017, which was an election year. Then 2018, like the year after, tends to be just a slow pickup. So the following year, the second year after elections, tend to be that time when businesses are thriving and everything. So we had projects that were thriving. We had clients that had budgets, and everything just looked like we were just about to hit the roof, Yeah, the sky was not the limit anymore,
Nina, as you were opening these new outlets and hiring 100, 200 new people, was there ever the thought that there could be such a global or such an industry impact? And what kind of contingency could you possibly have had?
I think no one saw COVID coming. This is a monster of monster. I mean, it has destroyed businesses, destroyed lives. It has destroyed everything you have touched and everything you have built in a short time. So it's a global thing. So it's not something which Kenya has done or anything has done or a local.
Yes.
But no one... I am a visionary, so I normally look at 5 years, 10 years ahead.
Yes.
I never predicted this. Never, ever.
Dorothy, how long had you had Mocha's Models? Come 2020, how long had you had it? Because I remember, was it 2012? We were doing Models Night, and it wasn't new. Like, when did you start it?
How much is 2011?
Yes.
Yeah.
And in that
No,
time...
2019, sorry, 19, not 20.
2009.
Yeah, 2009.
2009,
Yeah.
because we
2009.
did a project
Yeah.
with you in 2010.
Yeah, 2009. Now why am I 2010? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Winnie, for that. And as you were moving towards 2020, what contingency can there be for the modeling industry during a pandemic? Is there anything you could have possibly done or anything you could have possibly saved for or planned for?
We tried.
Yes.
We tried to do we tried to do online to see how it turns out possible because most with the production you have to be somebody. Most of the time you have to be the models, you have to be the designers, and like with this
photographers.
COVID, and with the COVID, everybody was so scared. So
Yes.
we didn't know what was gonna cause. You cannot see this person, and
Yes.
everybody has to be very, very careful where you're going.
Yes.
And after that, from 2020, from June, by the time I was getting my first gig in 2020,
Yes.
was in October, the first one.
October
October.
2020.
Yes.
So the whole time you just
It was-
shut everything
it's
down.
Like it was just nothing because everything was a lockdown. So you just have to figure out how to survive. And
Speaking of lockdown, Nancy, you were in a physical store, front of house, interacting one-on-one with customers as they would come in. When that announcement came out in March, what happened?
So actually, it was really tough.
Yes.
Because the traffic went down, and with people wearing masks, actually, it's difficult for you to convince someone to put makeup on.
Do you know it took me months to wear lipstick? I think I first wore lipstick in like October.
Yeah,
Because
could
I'm
do
like, what am I
makeup.
wearing lipstick for?
Yeah.
And where are you
Figure
going?
out-
Yeah, it
Yeah,
will be
where
rubbed off
you
even.
go. Where are you going? Exactly.
and I remember
Yes,
I
Nancy.
remember actually before that we would have like so many people in store that we had to have people queuing
Yes.
to be assisted.
Yes.
But now you having the first person walking store at 4 from morning to 4.
So what was the transition like? Because you've since left and you've started your own business. You've become an
Yes.
entrepreneur.
Yes.
So in the time between the first announcement of our first case to the time you said, how long did it take you to decide, I'm leaving, I'm starting my own business?
So actually it took me say 8 months.
Yes.
Because I just decided it was time for me to take the risk.
Yes.
And with good customer care.
Because
and-
let's be honest, there were pay cuts,
yeah.
there were no
Yes.
commissions.
No.
So if you were working on commission basis, there are no commissions, right? And on top of that, whatever you were working on as a base salary was already cut.
Definitely.
So you decided after 8 months you can't survive like this. You have to go
Yes.
on your own.
Yes.
Nina, I'm sorry, Winnie, I just have to ask, at what point, honestly, did you start laying people off, Nina?
Well, March was when it started, so
Yes.
we had to decide very quickly of what to do, and we had to lay off most of the staff.
Yes.
4 months we were in a total lockdown,
Yes.
so there was absolutely no business.
So June 2020, so this time last year, there's absolutely nothing.
Nothing
happened.
until July. There was a total lockdown for all the hospitality and the bars.
Yes.
And so, yeah, all the staff had to be on no pay. Slowly, we had to bring few staff. At the moment, we are probably at 100 staff.
Yes.
But again, all on pay cuts.
Yes.
And we want to bring them back, but that's the way forward. I don't know what's going to happen. And
Winnie.
that's it.
I'm going to put you on the spotlight.
Okay.
What could have been done?
No one foresaw it. No one foresaw the pandemic coming. You know,
Speak
we
into your
can,
mic.
we can. There are many things in crisis you can always be able to predict. If we do this, there might be this crisis, and we can actually be able to mitigate it X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
But we've not had a pandemic since
19 or something.
19 or something, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
So none of us saw it coming. It was that thing. Actually, I remember for us and my staff who actually we've been running a lot. So it's a welcome break, you know. So we thought we were going to be away for a week, a month, and then 3 months later, 4 months later,
You're still
we're
in the
still
same
in the house.
situation. Yeah.
We're still waiting, you know. So then that's when it hits you. This thing is not going away. This is the new normal. So what do we do?
In hindsight, would you have let your staff go immediately? If someone had told you, you know what, Winnie, iki twaendi pahali. Would you have continued paying your staff month after month, you know, waiting? Because let's be honest.
Unfortunately, no. Because I was together with my team till about June.
Yes.
I had my office till about June.
Yes.
Because we still thought it was going to go away. We thought this was something, in a month, we'll be able to sort it out.
Yes.
You know, so for us, it was a welcome break. It was leave. We were taking leave.
Yes.
But then here we are, June, and nothing is done. And I remember I was going into the new quarter at my office, and I just went and had a conversation with my landlord, and I just told him, you know what, I can't sustain this anymore. So,
Yes.
and we talked with my team, and we agreed that we'll go on a consultancy basis. So
Yes.
on a project basis,
Yes.
where we get a project, then we come
on
on board.
board.
But even with that, it's
Yes.
not like the projects came in July or August. Literally, when we started the year, we started very well. We had a fantastic gig.
Yes.
We had Jugush who did Through Thick and Thin,
Yes.
and it blew up. You know,
Yes.
everyone was happy. So the industry was growing. You
Yes.
know, and then boom, things have changed. So of course we had to change our mindset.
Yes.
We had to start rethinking strategy.
Yes.
Traditional media. So there are ways that communications also came to play.
Yes.
We have digital media. So there was a lot of fake news
Yes,
that was
of
going
course.
around. Yes. Because there was so much propaganda. Everyone had theory for everything.
I'll
you know?
pause you right there. Dorothy, does Mocha's models have a physical space?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
You have a physical space. So you have
Yeah.
an office that's not your home office.
No, I work from home.
You work from home.
Yes.
Nina, as someone who does not work from home, because the restaurants have to have their own physical spaces, were you given any sort of compassion or any understanding with the landlords?
The landlords were good initially. They gave us for at least 6 months
Yes.
leeway.
That's something
But
you had to
then-
ask for, or that's something that was offered?
It was offered and asked for.
Yes.
But they were playing ball, and I think after 6 months is when they started coming back and making sure.
I'm Olivia Otieno, listening to Double O Direct, female host, female artist, female designer, female guest. We're going to be tackling female literature, female authors as well. But that's going to be coming up sometime. Let's think about July. Right now, though, I'm with 4 amazing women. Nina Shangavi, Dorothy Oliech, Nancy Kitim, Winnie Gore. We are discussing strategies to survive as a woman in business in these very harsh COVID economic times. So, Nina, I'm going to start with you. I need a strategy. You are a macro entrepreneur. You're not like a small timer, sole entrepreneur, early starter. You are a serial entrepreneur. You've had many businesses. You've done this over and over again. Creating a business, growing it, selling it, creating another business, growing it, making it successful, selling it. Now you are co-founder and director at the Good Earth Group, Nyama Mama, Blue Door, Mr. Yao, Pan Asian Yao. What can somebody, let's say they're starting out, or maybe they're also a macro entrepreneur like yourself, what can they do?
If you can hang on the business, just hang on.
Take a loan?
A loan is impossible to get.
Yes.
From banks or
We're
anyone.
getting so many billions. Yeah, I looked
Yeah.
at the standard today. Billions in Akuja IMF, billions in
Yes,
Akuja
and they
World
give
Bank.
it for SMEs, but
Yes.
nothing is passing on. That's the sad part.
Okay. So try and survive. Loan is impossible. Do your best.
Yes.
Dorothy?
Yes, I'll say like think outside the box. We don't have to wait and
Yes.
do the same and like wait for COVID to go because this thing is staying with us.
Yes.
And I said the same when Lina said.
Microphone, Dorothy.
Stay
Are we
to
all-
it. Just stay there and hang there and do what you can do to get out of
Two
it.
strategies that currently cannot help us with nothing, brought to you by Nina Shangavi and Dorothy Oliech. Nancy, do you have something to actually positively help people?
Yes. So what I would say actually is for people to come up with new techniques
Yes.
and take risk. Because actually, I think people should not be okay with okay. Because
So
this
what
here
is
to
this
stay.
new technique? What is this actual risk? Because you guys are not actually helping anybody do anything. I need a tangible, physical thing that somebody can say, okay, you know what, you want to survive in COVID? Fanya hii. Usiibe lakini, please do not go and steal. Even if Nancy said it. Winnie?
As a communicator, I would say adopt a digital strategy.
Yes.
Yeah, because everyone now has a lot more time on their hands. We are on our phones more. We're at home more. So adopt a digital strategy.
Can we just try and get multiple revenue streams? You know, pre-COVID, we used to just have one way of making a living.
That's
That was the
true.
thing we did. We maybe had a side hustle, but it wasn't serious. Nina, I have a question.
Well, the strategy which we have adopted
Yes.
is we've evolved in the business.
Yes.
The restaurants are not working in space, so you have to do delivery takeaway models.
Yes.
You have to open up virtual kitchens. You have to have
Yes.
online commerce business.
Yes.
So you have to really think out of the box, like what we all said.
Yes.
And I think that's the way we need to. So we have adopted in this 1 year
Yes.
a change of business completely.
Yes.
I think the new strategy would be smaller units rather than bigger units.
Yes.
And cutting costs is obviously going to be one of the biggest strategy because we are not going to be back in business until 2023.
I agree with that. And speaking of back in business, as a guy who has just won himself 10,000 shillings, I was told to tap on this until it turns like orange. Hello, Tom?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
My producer is in love with your voice.
I'm so grateful. Thank you anyway.
So, Tom, you sent in the 41st SMS
Yes.
with the word cash to 29599. So, congratulations, you have just won yourself 10,000 shillings.
I'm so grateful, man. Thank you.
What-
Thank you, Spice FM, man.
You're most welcome. What prompted you to send in that SMS? Why did you send it in?
I just saw that you're going to have women empowerment over there, and it appears one of them is my sister, so I just had to support her by listening.
That's Dorothy's squinting his eyes. Oh, is it Winnie? Who? Tell me now. Who is this sister of yours?
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way.
All right, that's
since
okay. And what are you
Dorothy-
gonna do? What are you gonna do with the money, Tom?
I've got something that is coming up, and
Yeah.
that money it's going to funika somewhere.
All right. So congratulations. I'm turning 41 tomorrow.
Thank you
Let's
very much.
celebrate. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Take your mental health for granted. If you need to switch off social media, if you need to switch off some of your friends, if you need to switch off some of your work, please do. Because your mental health is so important to your wellness and your happiness. It's Survivor, Destiny's Child, on Spice FM 96.7 in Eldoret, streaming live, standardmedia.co.ke. Good morning, I'm Olivia Otieno. You are listening to Double O Direct. I'm joined by 4 phenomenal women. And these women are phenomenal because they are true survivors. We have macro entrepreneurs like Nina Shangavi and Winnie Gore. We have micro entrepreneurs like Dorothy Oliech and Nancy Mitim. Kitim. I was so close. I was almost there. But we want to find out, what are the strategies that you have to adopt in order to survive in this COVID economy? Nina, you were talking about 2020. And it was a very, very difficult time for the Good Earth Group. You had to lay off a lot of people, some who were very young. It was their first job. You'd hired them about 3 to 6 months ago. What else did you do?
So in March, what we did, we decided we think out of the box. All our businesses were closed,
Yes.
but our kitchens were there.
Yes.
Few of our staff were there. So we decided to do our CSR, Mama
Yes.
to the Rescue.
Fantastic.
We pitched to Minister of Tourism,
Yes.
C.S. Balala,
Yes.
and he endorsed the whole program.
Yes.
So we started with frontliners
Yes.
to help them, give them at least one meal,
Yes.
hot meal,
Yes.
balanced meal
Yes.
a day.
Yes.
And so we did that for 2 months while other people also came on board to assist. And then we spread ourselves to the real vulnerables
Yes.
in the slums.
Yes.
And we have carried on till now, and we've done over 150,000 hot meals till now.
That is incredible, Nina. That is incredible. No, sometimes you're talking about thinking about the outside the box and doing things for the less fortunate. I know, Nancy, you also have a project where you work with the less fortunate. What is it?
Yes. So, what I do actually is I try my best to support them. Where I donate, I do donations on food and sanitary towels to the girls. And
Where do you do this?
in the rural,
In Meru?
yes, in
Just say
Meru.
in Meru.
Yes, in
I know
Meru.
we may not have a frequency there, but some of them, could stream on spicefm.co.ke.
Yes.
So you donate food and sanitary towels.
Yes.
Even as you were transitioning from employment to self-employment.
Mm-hmm.
And as you were doing that in 2020 June,
Yes.
what was your first port of call? The first thing you did, was it to call your clients? Was it to get stock? What's the first thing you did? You thought, you know what? I'm no longer going to be employed. I'm going into self-employment.
So actually, I had to establish myself first because having worked with Mark for 3 years, I had the thought of maybe owning my own business in the
Yes.
near future. So what I did actually, I had to make sure that my customer service was at par. And I had this belief, if the customer cannot come to you for service, then you take it to them.
Yes.
So, and I just decided, because the customers are not in a position to come to me.
Were they willing
because
to
of-
have you in their homes?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay.
So since they were not in a position to come to me, I
Yes.
decided to go to them.
Yes.
So I called my clients and told them, you know what, I'm in a position to do this. So can I come to you? Is it okay with you? And when it happened, then I realized there's no need of me being tied down.
There's an opportunity here.
Yes, there's an opportunity out there.
Dorothy, June 2020, I know things were very, very bleak. So even if it wasn't at work, what did you do for your mental health? What did you do for your family? What was that period, May, June, July, like for you, your family, and Muches models?
So can I start
Microphone.
from like April, if it's possible,
Please, of
for what
course.
happened? Because 2021 we had this big fashion show coming up at Mawimbi, so we're gonna do a couture Mawimbi Fashion Wave. So it's like everything ready. Tickets were out on social media.
Oh, that was 2020.
2020.
You had planned to have a
We
huge
are-
fashion show
yeah.
in April.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was supposed to be on actually 25th of April. It
Yes.
was supposed to be the date, everything,
Set.
designer in,
Yes.
models, everything.
Photographers.
Locked, everything locked, just waiting for the day.
Yes.
And then what happened? We have got the pastor now locked down.
Yes.
Then we're like, it's okay, fine. So I was telling my partner, Daniela, I was like, the best thing to do, we
Yes.
talked to Mawimbi, why don't we postpone this event?
Yes.
So we did our poster, we did what? postponed.
Yes.
So we're giving ourselves, you know what, like a month, let's say 2 weeks or something like that. See how this thing is going to happen.
Nina is laughing. She's like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
These
It's
young
just-
people.
you know, it's this thing just came. I was like, hey, this thing is not happening. So
Yes.
postpone goes like, lockdown.
Yes.
I was like, damn, this thing is not happening. So
Had you
lockdown-
invested money for that
Yeah,
show?
already part of it we did, yes. Because now what happened is to have these designers already on board.
Yes.
Plus, I have also international designers
Yes.
already on board.
Yes.
So, like, no, we started doing a Zoom call with the models. I was
Yes.
like, instead of sitting home doing nothing,
Yes.
we have all these designers. Let's come up with a plan.
Okay.
Because now we have Mawimbi and we have a location.
Yes.
So we look for photographer, makeup. Say like we can't afford makeup, so but
Yes.
you have to find out models.
Yes.
You guys are doing your makeup on your own. Hair
Yes.
we'll figure out.
Okay.
And beautiful part of it, the designers came on board, and we used to wake up for 3 months. I
Yes.
used to wake up very early. By 7 a.m. we were in Mawimbi.
Okay.
And by 11 o'clock, 12:30, we are done with the photo shoot. Marketing the show. So already we knew this show is not happening this year. So we are doing this photo shoot. So we start marketing 2021. So we can
Yes.
do, so we have a proper, so we have time, we have
Yes.
sponsors, so
Yes.
it's ready.
Yes.
So we're cooking. This thing
Cooking.
is coming up.
Yeah. Yes.
So models are in, and I'm so happy and grateful to Moches models who became part of it, and they
Yes.
support, and you are all there one-on-one and help each other.
How were they feeding themselves?
No, it's terrible because we used to talk, and some of my models now started doing their own business, making samosas and
Yes.
selling samosas.
Yes.
And at this moment, if I say I have some of my models I work with who
Yes.
come to the office,
Yes.
because like there's nothing much you can do. The only thing now is stick together and figure out what's the way forward.
Winnie Gore,
I think-
2020, June.
So we were meant to have a conference,
Yes.
an international conference that was meant to happen in June.
What type of theme? What was it about?
Let me not mention the client,
Okay.
but yeah, it's a client.
Yes.
And unfortunately for them, they felt they needed to convert, and for them to convert, they felt they needed the one-on-one touch,
Yes.
because you can only interact with someone on Zoom so much, you know.
Yes.
So of course we had some of our events went virtual,
Yes.
but then some were completely stopped, and some people were like, you know what, let's wait and see how the industry plays out and everything. Marketing budgets and PR budgets were really cut down because people were getting pay cuts. Budgets were being cut internally, so it meant some of the projects that we had stalled completely. A lot of our clients went on a wait and see mode.
Yes.
And for us, of course, now that was something else, because you need to have money coming in. So we had a lot of in-house meetings with my team.
Yes.
And we just come and see it and just check up on each other.
Yes.
We basically just went on a mental check thing.
Yes.
You know, I started working out so that I
Yes.
could survive. So I was
Yes.
working out every day
Yes.
because I realized I was sleeping. If
Yes.
I didn't do something about
Yes.
me,
Yes.
we would not even have a Winnie Gore
Yes.
to run this organization with,
Exactly.
you know. So I went into just taking care of my mental health first.
Yes.
Yeah, and we started having a lot of my friends. We just started meeting up and just encouraging each other. You know.
I
Yeah.
understand. Nancy, your lowest point in 2020?
Oh wow, that was actually in October
Yes.
when I realized it was hard to actually even pay bills.
Yes.
And when you have people depending on you,
Yes.
then you have to wake up and actually call yourself for a meeting and then decide on what next. So that was so difficult for me because I realized I wasn't having enough. In 2019, I had a lot. I didn't know what to do with it.
Yes.
And then here I am. I have nothing. And that's when I woke up.
Nina, you made the transition from profitable business to focusing on CSR and trying to help those who were less fortunate
Yes.
and even in a worse situation than what you were going through. But what was your lowest point in 2020?
Well, the lowest point is having the staff go, having the business go. There's nothing there which you build from nothing to in 4 years to build what is amazing Kenyan brand. And to build that, to have people get together, communities coming together, and all that gone overnight was
Yes.
the lowest point for me.
I can understand that. We are now in 2021. We're in June, and we've survived a year plus of the situation. And for some reason or another, you're all still here. Your businesses in some form are taking shape. I'm going to start with you, Winnie. from what Winnie Gore Consultancy was in 2019, what is left of it in 2021 and where is it headed as we look towards now the second half of the year?
We thank God that we haven't closed shop.
Yes.
We thank God that the organization is still there.
Yes.
And I feel like the industry is now getting to a point where guys are getting restless. Like, okay, work has to be done.
Yes.
So we have a lot more conversations being rehashed. People who had said, let's wait and see, are like, now, okay, let's just figure it out. Okay, maybe if we were to do a conference of 500 people, how about doing something hybrid? You know, have
Yes.
a few people on ground
Yes.
and then do virtual for the rest of this, which is what we've been doing a lot
Yes.
with a lot of our clients. So a lot of hybrid events have been done. PR, media relations, digital is thriving.
Yes.
So I can say it's not all gloom and glamour. It's all.
Did you
it's
ever
not
at
all
some
gloom.
point think that I want to close up shop, I want to go into
Oh
employment?
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. When, like Nancy said, when you have your bills and you
Yes.
have to pay and there's no money coming in, you start thinking, okay, so what next?
Yes.
Do we pivot? Do we find a job? Do we,
Yes,
And at that
yes.
point, you're like, a salary sounds very
A
lucrative,
salary sounds like a great plan. What about you,
Yeah.
Dorothy? Did you ever think that, you know what, I've been doing this for 10 plus years. The industry is quote unquote dead.
Yeah.
Someone needs to hire me. So what did you think?
I was like, what am I going to do? I can't sit in the office. Maybe I should be a farmer.
Do you know Kellis is now a farmer and she's growing skuma, nyanya, olives, carrots, So seriously, I mean, closer to the mic, please, so people can hear you. Have you thought about doing something else of closing Mocha's models?
Not really. Much
Yes.
is it my baby. And what I can say, like, also the beauty part of it, because now I'm even doing stylings.
Okay.
So I'm a styling. I'm doing a Sky magazine. So that's I said the first job I got like 2020 in
Yes.
October.
Yes.
And it's been coming step by step. So I'm in wardrobe also. So,
Yes.
So that's what I said, think outside the box. So now you see, I'm on.
Nina Shangavi, you are a macro entrepreneur. What are some of the strategies that macro entrepreneurs can undertake in order to help not just grow their business, stabilize their business, but also just come out of a really, really, really tough economic time? They need to know things like, how important is it to have a good relationship with your bank? How important is it to have a good relationship with your family members? How important is it to have a great PR strategy? Because when you are launching like a bigger project as you did like Blue Door, and then COVID hits, and then shutting it down, right? What is your advice to other macro entrepreneurs?
That's a tough question.
It's a very
isn't
tough
it?
question. These are tough times. Let me tell you, I
Yeah,
can't
it's a
ask
tough
you them
question.
easy questions.
Well, one thing is which I've always believed in, and that is how I've survived for over 30 years in business, is when you have a goal, even a young person who's starting,
Yes.
you have a goal, make sure your goal stays there, whether you fall or not.
Yes.
You fall, you get up
Yes.
and go for your goal.
Yes.
Fall, get up, go for your goal. At the end of the day, you will reach your goal. That's what I believe in, and I've gone through that for
Yes.
30 plus years.
Yes.
Till today, I'm still sitting here,
Yes.
even today, where
Yes.
I could have closed
Yes.
because there's everyone is after you now. The
Yes.
banks are after you, landlords
Yes.
after you,
Yes.
creditors are after you. There is no money coming in from any part of the economy
Yes.
or even
Sector.
government or IMF or so. How do we actually survive? We've survived just because we've got obligation to all our banks, to landlords, to creditors, to our staff. And we're just sitting there to see if we can survive. Our business was wiped out. 90% of the business is wiped out. 90%.
That is heartbreaking. Persistence and resilience. Nancy, you moved from employment, now you're self-employed.
Yes.
You are a very talented, come on, look at this, makeup artist, right?
Yeah.
What advice do you have for young people? Because I see a lot of young people with talent, but I see a lot of young people not maximizing on that talent or not knowing how to take that first step into it's a hobby or it's something I know how to do. And now it's something that's making me money. You as a young person, you as a person, a woman who is self-employed, what should they do?
What I would say, actually, Olivia, is that I've come to realize in the current world that we're living in now, actually, talent pays more than.
Amen. I would say amen to that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
it does. And another thing I would say is that never be okay with okay, because don't sit in a comfort zone
Yes.
where you feel helpless.
Yes.
And on another case is that right now I can sit here and say hallelujah.
Yes.
The best thing I did actually in 2020 is leaving employment and deciding to be on myself, because I've made steps and I've made decisions that I've actually seen me grow to where I am now. And actually I can say more is coming in the near future.
If I could just stop you there and ask you an honest question. It's great that you've achieved what you've achieved, but are there any mistakes or any challenges or hurdles that you encountered that you were like, if only I had known, if only someone had told me, if only someone had guided me, this would not have happened in the last 1 year or 2 years as you were developing your own business?
I would say yes.
Which are?
Because if only I had someone who would have encouraged me more to believe in myself, then maybe I would have done that a few years back.
Mentorship programs. I want to find out what the mentorship programs are available in your respective industries. After this amazing track by Keisha Cole. Is Spice FM 94.4 in Nairobi, spicefm.co.ke. Got such beautiful ladies, such talented, intelligent women with me today on Double O Direct. Female host, female artist, female designer. I do send best wishes to Sally Carago, who's unwell. She wasn't able to come in today. Please, ponaraka tafadhali, right? Got Nina Shangavi, Dorothy Oliech, Nancy, Winnie. Winnie, you were telling me that you are very unhappy because you feel there's not enough mentorship in the industry. And we're talking about all the industries, but primarily the events industry, the makeup industry, the hospitality industry, the modeling industry, industries that were disproportionately affected, by COVID, and women especially. Why do you say that?
Quite on the contrary, actually. I
Okay.
feel like there's been a lot of uptick when it comes to mentorship.
Yes.
So I'm in various programs where we do mentorship.
Yes.
I'm in LIFT, which
Yes.
is ladies influencing their futures.
Yes.
I have Career Advisory Center, where
Yes.
we talk to young kids in primary school and high school, and we just advise them on activities
Do
they
any
can
of
partake
those
and all that.
programs actually assist women who are like Nancy, who are not in high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so Ladies Influencing Their Future is actually post high school. So
Yes.
this is campus and young adults. So
Yes.
between the ages of 22 to about 32.
Okay.
So we talk to women who are have just started their careers and want to know how they can make the next steps and all
So
that.
basically,
Yeah.
people should just Google mentorship programs
Yes.
for women
Yes.
in Kenya?
There's
Or what would they look for?
there's Ladies Influencing Their Futures. That's LIFT.
LIFT.
LIFT. You can find
Dot?
them on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
There's
Okay, I'm not on LinkedIn. You see,
Okay.
everything is on
You
LinkedIn,
need
on my
to-
Kokwa,
yeah.
Facebook. No, I don't want to be on
You
those
should,
platforms.
because
But how else can we find you? Because
They
also
are
not
on
every.
Facebook. They are on Instagram.
Yes.
They're on Twitter.
I'll find them on Instagram at Olivia Otieno.
Yes. There's Career Advisory Center. We're on Facebook, so
Yes.
we go to different high schools and
Who
primary
mentored you,
schools.
Winigor?
I have had many people who have mentored
Name
me.
2 mentors.
I can say my auntie, Aunt Selena Gore. She's actually the one who got me to start doing PR. I wanted
Look
to
at
be a
that
lawyer
smile.
before that.
Yeah.
She holds a very, very special place in my heart.
Okay.
And
And someone who's not a relative?
I started off at Gina
Okay.
Dean Corporate Communications.
Okay.
So I can say that was my biggest mentor.
Yes.
And also just many other people within the organization. So I have had many people who have helped me get to where I am.
How did you get into Gina Din?
I went to Gina Dean when I was in high school.
I love it. Nancy, have you heard that? Dorothy completely and utterly disagrees. You're telling me that in the modeling space, in the fashion space, mentorships are not as it seems, and people are taking the services and your good nature for granted.
Yeah, some of them, yeah. It's like you'll give your all, but what you get back, it's not.
Give me an
that
example.
plays-
Be honest
For
about
example, like, we have these models, like you have maybe 15 models, all new, fresh.
Yes.
You're going to train them.
Yes.
They won't even give you, like, they won't pay you for the training. You have like 2 weeks of training. You have portfolio you're making for them. You
I wanna pick
sign
it
a
on air.
contract with them. And the next thing, what happened? within even like you're going somewhere else, you're going to an event, even this small event, that model, she's the first one who pops in. Don't forgetting they have a contract with you.
Oh,
they don't
no.
even follow that. And also what I don't understand also, while these other people
Yes.
come and pick your model without even asking you, what are they thinking? How are we supporting each other?
It's terrible. It's
Is that
terrible. So you
correct,
see,
really?
Winnie, it's not always the same for everybody. You know, the industries are not equal. The people in there are not equal. But what are the mentorship opportunities for models in this country? Because it's a cutthroat industry. I think all over the world, right? Modeling has a bit of a stigma attached to it, a bit of a taboo attached to it, that it's dog eat dog.
For me, what I said and advice I'll give to these young people who are coming
Yes.
up, please, if somebody giving you all and helping you to come up, listen to these people and don't stop jumping left, right, and center. Because at the
Yes.
end of the day,
Loyalty matters.
exactly.
Olivia?
Yes.
I think also, like you said, there's contracts and the contracts are not being adhered to. So maybe it's also time that we also start putting structures in place so that these people know that a contract is binding as well. Right?
Yeah.
So what I would suggest is you
Winnie,
are a leader in
Winnie,
your
are you
industry.
seeing this? Are you not seeing the guy who's just walked in? Nina, is this from you?
No.
I? Dorothy?
No?
No
Winnie?
way.
Thank you. Just put it right here. Put it right here.
Oh,
Just make some
lucky you.
space.
Oh, look at that.
It's my husband. It's a shame that I did not mention my husband first. Thank you, darling. Oh my God. You will not believe who it's from. Mumbin Njoroge. No. Thank you so much, my amazing producer. Nina, we're almost out of time, but you got to tell me, what do you think about strategy? What do you think about mentorships in your industry, especially in hospitality? Lots of hotels closed down. Lots of lodges closed down. Lots of small businesses that were attached to hospitality, the guides, you know, the chauffeurs, the people who are in the entertainment industry, they all had to close up shop. What are the strategies? What are the mentorships opportunities in that industry?
We are lucky we have very good staff who made us survive till now. And the only thing, I mean, we've been mentoring them to what we have faced over 30 years. But at the moment in our hospitality, I don't find much of mentorship programs. Although there is one which has come just recently from TUI, who have invested in Kenya, and they're willing to give mentorship program to the leaders and their assistants so that they can pass it on to the staff, and are also willing to give 9,000 euros towards that.
But isn't it amazing, Nina, that now what this has actually taught us is that you can't be a one-trick pony. You cannot be somebody who just does one thing, or who knows how to do one thing, or who just wants to focus on this one goal. You have to be multi-talented. You have to look at various platforms. So, Winnie, I'm going to challenge you as I go around, right, to name 3 things that you're good at. Ladies, prepare yourselves. I'm starting with Winnie. Yeah, 3 things that you're good at that could make you money, not just things that you're good at that won't help you with nothing. All right?
Events.
Go.
Event management, cooking,
Yes.
and I'm a connector.
And what?
I'm a connector.
You're a connector.
Yes.
All right. Nancy?
I would say makeup,
Yes.
teaching,
Yes.
and
Where am I?
We're almost out of time.
okay, guiding.
Guiding.
Yeah.
Dorothy?
Show production,
Show production.
scouting models,
Scouting models.
styling.
Styling. Nina?
I'm a serial entrepreneur.
And everything that goes
Goes
with
with
it.
it.
Ladies, thank you so much. Nina Shangavi, Dorothy Oliech, Nancy, Winnie, thank you for being here with me as I go into my
Thank you,
41st
Lydia.
year on this earth.